Does this pic look familiar? It's the Backrooms, and there's a guy that claims to be stuck in them in real life. The Backrooms are a liminal space just outside of our reality that you can't escape from. Liminal spaces are essentially the uncanny valley, but for settings instead of people. Liminal just means being at the edge of something new, right before it really starts. The in-between. The uncertainty that occurs after something has just finished but the next thing hasn't started yet. Like the period of time between Christmas and New Year's, or standing in the middle of a doorway. A liminal space is just an in-between area, a setting that appears to be transitioning from one phase to another. Like a basement before someone moves in, an empty school hallway at night, or an office without furniture. You look at these spaces and there's something missing. There's no people, no focal point, almost like a place that we shouldn't be looking at, which makes it feel somewhat unsettling, creepy, yet oddly familiar, hence the uncanny valley aspect. They usually come with a sense of nostalgia to a place from your childhood or even a dream that you so vaguely remember. One of the OG viral liminal spaces was this one, an unsettling image that just felt off and we can't quite put our finger on why. Strangely familiar, but also a little uncomfortable to look at. Originally a post on 4chan, no one knows where this photo was really taken, but there are some who claim they actually found the spot. This particular liminal space became known as the Backrooms, a place that you can fall into if the conditions are just right. So you can consider the reality you're in right now the front rooms. And if you're not careful, you can accidentally no clip out of this reality in the wrong areas and end up in the Backrooms. Clipping is a video game term referring to two objects going inside of each other. No clipping just means passing through the boundaries of playable area and ending up outside of the game's world. The Backrooms is what they say we'd find if we no clipped out of our reality. Weird yellow tinted rooms with musty carpets and endless fluorescent lights that are, according to lore, 600 million square miles. Triple the total surface area of Earth, that's including oceans, a liminal space that goes on for all intents and purposes forever. These signature Backrooms gained popularity through a viral video series by Kane Parsons, shot through a lo-fi VHS style filter, which adds to the nostalgia factor. Even coming across other spaces like an abandoned apartment courtyard or the empty basement. It's a fictional space for all we know, but more people are coming across strange finds suggesting they may have actually found the Backrooms for real. Like in Japan on Google Earth, zoom in and you see a space that looks exactly like the Backrooms with a strange hole in the floor. Same thing in none other than Antarctica. Go to Street View and we see the familiar yellow rooms. And this one also down south that almost seems to continue the same hole from Japan. People are starting to think that these Backrooms are actually real. One guy's even stuck in his own liminal world and he's showing us proof. Imagine you woke up one day and found out you were the only one left on Earth. This Spanish TikToker Javier insists to be just that when he allegedly woke up in a hospital in Valencia, Spain in February of 2027. Claims that at some point between now and then, everyone on Earth just disappears. Raptured maybe? And for some reason only he remained and can communicate with the past, us, through online mediums like TikTok. Sounds like a stretch, I know, but no one can explain how he's pulling any of this off. He walks through fully empty grocery and department stores, even full-blown soccer stadiums, incredibly empty street views like this one, and even electronic devices he shows displays the year 2027. Despite being in a city with a population of about 800,000 people, he even enters random apartments and hotels, walks around in large outdoor public areas only to be met with emptiness. Liminal spaces. If this was fake, it would be incredibly difficult and almost equally impressive to pull off. He jacks a cop car and drives around entire neighborhoods, visits military bases, all completely abandoned. Even the zoo has no animals and no birds flying in the sky, like anywhere. Comments try to catch him in his act by challenging him to go to active public hospitals, popular restaurants, all during peak hours. And he does it all just to prove the deniers wrong time and time again. Dead empty hospitals, restaurants, and even shows street signs that display the time in the middle of the afternoon. Was he actually transported into his own liminal universe? If you do some digging on the TikTok page handle, you might find out that this person, Javier, may actually be part of a production team working with the city of Valencia on an online project, which could be what's giving him access to all these public spaces completely empty. Sort of like an ARG, augmented reality game, where viewers follow along and suggest what he does next. But even if that was the case, how do you explain the empty active hospitals, stadiums, neighborhoods, zoos, no animals or birds anywhere? If this really was a project cooperating with the city, surely tens of thousands of citizens would see huge areas blocked off and spill the beans online. I can't imagine in what world you'd be able to keep an entire city silent about massive public spaces being closed off. Not gonna lie, this alleged project is pretty hidden and the account itself denies affiliation with any stage series. Always do your own digging and learn to create your own opinions. Don't ever just take anyone's online word for it, even mine. I'm sure the comments are crying either way, insisting it's 100% fake and I'm misleading even though I just admitted it might actually be fake. Nothing's ever for certain, always keep your mind open. Who knows, maybe he actually did wake up in the year 2027, filmed all this, and then it was covered up as a media project to keep everyone calm. You knew I couldn't resist.